Wow. You feeling a bit more loved this time around, Michael?
Sorry, lovely?
Feeling a bit more loved by this lot?
I was not loved this afternoon. This is my lot.
It was all about the bows earlier. Tonight it's about the balls.
It's usually about the balls, to me. Oh, you're talking about us? Oh.
Yeah. Do you not think that they're like the classical music or theatre world music's answer to Ant and Dec? Laurel and
Hardy. Who said that? Get about security.
Or the Chuckle Brothers.
The Chuckle Brothers. To me.
To you. Oh. I think that was aimed at me.
The
so
Duchess
boys,
of Sheffield's in, back in the knife drawer.
Did you say knife drawer or nice drawer?
Nice drawer. Be nice.
Be nice, be nice.
I always am.
Not true.
No, I know.
How is it to be... I know, I almost went there. Whoa. Just checking you were still got all your reflexes, yeah?
I was asleep when he starts talking.
It's like a well-man check. How is it to be performing songs from this album? Finally.
It's all right.
You can see we're loving it. I mean, this kind of music is made to perform live.
I never knew you had all those moves, by the way. Is this like a Strictly audition?
Yeah, can you imagine? Imagine us on Strictly. No.
Dancing together.
We could dance together. We could be the magic couple.
There you go.
Yeah.
If they pitched you against each other, that could really work.
We would never be pitched against each other. We love each other too much.
Not true. Is that right, Alfie? So listen, we've had you together at Christmas, together again, back together. I mean, there's a lot of togetherness.
Yeah.
How did Vegas find its way into you two being together?
Do you want to take this one?
No.
Okay. I always get accused of talking too much. And then he just goes, you say it. You say it. And I'm happy to.
I have a residency in Las Vegas.
That is a world record for you getting that residency out into the public. Alf knows Vegas really well.
Is that because he's got a residency?
Had you heard? Apparently it's at the Westgate Casino.
Westgate Casino, where Elvis used to play.
Yeah. So with Alf knowing Vegas really well, both of us loving and having covered songs from all of those artists, going right back to Elvis Presley, who performed at the Westgate Casino, where
I have a residency.
But you go back to the early days, to the Rat Pack, to Sinatra and Dean Martin and Sammy Davis, and then you work your way through to the great British artists that conquered.
We forget about that, don't we?
Yeah. Well, Tom Jones, one of the biggest artists that's ever been there. Engelbert Humperdinck. What a voice! What a performer! So all of those songs, the whole excitement. And we kind of felt that we wanted to do an album that really got into that atmosphere of Vegas, that was up-tempo, that was positive.
Sort of like said everything that Vegas was. The energy, the vibrancy, the joy, the laughter, the fun. You know,
exactly.
All the songs that we just started with have so much energy in it. Viva Las Vegas and Sway, it makes you want to dance, and that's what Vegas is like. It's just...
Absolutely. Now, as we know, you know Vegas well because you have a residency.
I have a residency.
When are you back there, by the way?
I'm there in April, funny enough.
Are you? Are tickets available?
They are, yeah. At the Westgate Casino.
Where Elvis used to play.
Where Elvis used to play.
But you'd never been. You were a virgin when it came to Vegas.
I was a Vegas virgin. And all I can tell you, if you're going to go with him. And it was, you have preconceptions about what it's going to be like, and nothing can prepare you for that moment when you fly in and then you're flying over desert and suddenly it's almost like a mirage of these buildings in the middle of the desert, the light, are you on the phone? Sorry, so sorry to
disturb you. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Send them my love.
I wondered what that was then.
She's on the phone.
Are you on the phone?
Your husband's got a puncture. Okay.
What's that? He's got a puncture.
He's got a puncture.
Has he heard of the AA or the RAC?
He's in the RAC, so we're all okay.
She's still going.
Sorry, I'm really interested. And how are you going to be able to help him with the puncture? Well, but it's your fault. Well, of course it's your fault. Anyway, if he calls back, just put him over here. I'll have one or two words to say. So where was I? Vegas, yes. And it's everything they say it's going to be and more. I think what surprised me most was how family friendly it is, as well as being, I mean, it is for grown-ups, a lot of it.
A lot of it.
Most of the stuff we do is.
And we filmed it.
And we filmed it as
Did
well.
you?
Yeah.
Not just on your phones, like with proper cameras?
No, there were proper cameras there.
Oh, what's that for?
Well, we're not allowed to tell you that there's going to be a programme coming out about me and him up Vegas. Yeah, the management said we mustn't declare.
It's like Kevin and Perry, but older.
Not much.
Mentally, yeah.
Oh, you're so unfair!
I want to go to the strip.
It was mind-blowing for me.
Was it?
It really was. One of my favourite moments, you may have heard this story, is being on...
A stripper's pole.
No, it wasn't. That was my second favourite moment. You should have seen my tips. Tips.
Did you, the pole?
Did I what?
Did you try the pole?
No, at my age, you're joking.
I was going to say, once you get up, you
He'll
won't
do
ever get
anything
down.
like that. He had me on a zip wire along, what is it, Fremont Street?
Fremont.
Going on a zip wire. Best thing though was in a gondola. We were staying at the Venetian Hotel. Have any of you been to Vegas? Well, the Venetian, you wouldn't have stayed there. It's far too zhuzhy.
This is why he gets all the fans.
I know. But seriously, the Venetian Hotel in a gondola, going down the canal into St. Mark's Square with him singing O Sole Mio to me. It's on the 3rd floor.
I was told to. It wasn't a romantic thing.
It was romantic.
It's a feat of engineering, that isn't it?
It's incredible.
A third floor river.
And it stays the same temperature and the same twilight vibe.
Yeah.
24 hours a day.
I mean, it is a one-off experience.
Everyone should go once in their life.
What was, so you love the gondolas, yeah? The strippers?
I could take them or leave the strippers, you know.
What
Maybe
else?
take them, I think. I shouldn't say rubbish like that, should I? I really shouldn't.
That's why I keep quiet.
I know! You let me dig myself a hole.
Alf, compared to, I mean, listen, you grew up next to, Britain's answer to Vegas, Blackpool.
Blackpool,
How does it compare?
Well, it's a bit windier in Blackpool.
A bit cheaper.
A bit cheaper. It's got a beach, yeah.
There's quite a bit of sand in the desert.
You know, the thing is, I suppose about the entertainment, it's all about really diversifying with the entertainment. There's lots of really cool shows in Blackpool, lots of cabaret artists that sing songs like this, classic old standards,
Yeah.
and in Vegas, it's a similar thing. Wayne Newton is still playing there since he was 15 years old.
Wow,
He started
really?
there, yeah, and
He's
he's the
ill.
longest resident in Vegas now, and he's at the Flamingo singing all these classic old songs, and
Wow.
so we have, it's a similar sort of world, just different temperature.
Yeah, it's a little bit sweaty out there. Did you take Michael to see where you play? You've got a residency.
The residency there? Yeah. I did. I took him to the Westgate Casino, and that is, just to say, that is where Elvis used to play. But took Michael to show him Elvis's dressing room.
Your dressing room?
My dressing room, yeah. But
What's it like? Is it like the day that Elvis left the building?
they've kept it like a shrine, it hasn't changed since the 60s. It's beautiful. The bar is in there that he had fitted himself, and the mirror is the last thing that he looks in, is still on the wall before he leaves the dressing room. There's a bed in a little side room that he used to take a nap in and cuddle with Anne Margaret. And then he'll make his way to the stage, and there's a sort of like this spot on the stage. They've resurfaced the stage now, but they've left this square, like a metre square, of the original staging, of where Elvis used to stand before he would go on stage. He'd sort of centre himself, get a little moment, have a little moment, turn around, and walk on stage and do his show. So I do that now.
Do you?
I stand on that same spot, and I have my little moment, gather my thoughts, turn around and walk on stage.
Wow.
And I showed like all that, and it's a wonderful theatre because not just Elvis has played there. You know, you've had Wayne Newton, you've had Liberace, you've had Olivia Newton-John, you've had tons of wonderful artists, Neil Diamond, everybody's played there. Frankly.
What an honour, eh? To have your name up in lights.
I'm humbled by it, I really am, to be able to tread the same boards.
Well, you shouldn't be so shy about it. You should talk about it more.
Oh, thank you. Well, you know. Yeah.
Open up about the residency. Talk to
I'll
me
be there in April, by the way, just so you know.
Tickets are on sale. Tell me about rifling around in the most unusual wardrobe via...
What an extraordinary thing.
This is amazing, right?
I was taken to a place, I was invited to a place called the Thriller Villa, which is the last place that Michael Jackson lived before he passed. And in the basement of this villa are these sort of tunnels and catacombs and rooms. And they have used it to store all of Liberace's costumes from his very first appearance right to the very last thing that he wore.
And they're now in his wardrobe.
Yeah, I did try to nick one big coat.
You should see him down Little in that getup.
But it was quite extraordinary, the weight of these things. There was one coat that he wore his final performance, and I sort of picked it up. It weighed, and this was a man who was very poorly. He died only a couple of weeks after his final performance. And one of the things that struck me when we were there is that everywhere you look, there is something to, what's the word I'm looking for, Kate? To celebrate the great artists that have been there. So there is Frank Sinatra Boulevard, Sammy Davis Jr. Way, all of these things.
So all the legends
that have played, and some that are still alive. Liberace has been playing there since he was 45. He's credited, there were only 2 hotels. He played one. He brought Barbara Streisand in as his support act.
Did he really?
First guy to do that. He was Las Vegas, but he died, as everyone knows, he died of AIDS, and he died at a time where there was real antipathy towards it.
A huge stigma.
And they've forgotten. They've forgotten to celebrate the man and celebrate his legacy. And I found that really troubling.
Yeah.
So we need to get him...
Let's start a petition, everyone.
Yeah.
Who's going to start the WhatsApp group?
And it was, his shows, I've watched some of them. Amazing. Cheesy as anything. He was in on the joke.
Oh, yeah.
He was in on the joke.
A real showman.
So
have you learned a lot from Vegas, from the studies of Vegas, and obviously from the fact that you've got a residency there, Alfie?
You know, since I was a kid, I used to watch all the old footage of Elvis playing Vegas, playing those wonderful stage shows with his gospel choir and the band that were all dressed in the jumpsuits. It's amazing. And the importance of a show in Vegas is it has to be quick, it has to be fast, it has to be to the point and full of life and full of energy. Because, you know, they want you back on the floor gambling and spending your money. So,
yeah, that's true, isn't it? Yeah. They're not 2-hour sets.
No, they're pretty quick. I mean, my show is about an hour and a half, but it's fiery. It's fast paced, you know, and that's important because again, you want to keep that energy high. You don't want people leaving on a downer or leaving subdued. You want them to have fire in their spirits to go out and celebrate the city.
So how on earth do you sit there and go, what are the songs that say Vegas? How do you put this playlist together that's ended up making this album?
It was difficult, you know, because there was so many songs that we had to choose from and so many artists that we had to choose from. But again, with that thought process in mind that we wanted to have it lively and energetic and tick the box of what Vegas says, what Vegas is, we came up with this wonderful playlist, this medley of Frankie Valli songs that are just party anthems, we couldn't decide between a Tom Jones song, so we had to put several of them together, you know, and make another big medley, you know.
But the medleys are fun, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
They are.
And as I say, these are songs that are made to be sung live. And so being here and having the opportunity to do that is
Well, they're made for rooms like this. aren't
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
they? So would you like some more? Listen, before I let them sing again, I need questions from you guys, because after this I'm going to do some more chats with Michael and Alf, but you're going to be asking the questions, okay? Okay, right.